Which hormone stimulates the stress hormone, cortisol, from the adrenal glands? ACTH. Adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH triggers the adrenal cortex. A tumor on the pituitary gland can sometimes cause vision problems. Because the gland is near the optic nerves, a tumor can press on them and cause blurred vision. If the pituitary gland stops working, the condition is called hypopituitarism. This is a rare condition where the gland fails to produce one or more of its hormones. What can trigger the release of ACTH? Stress. Stress signals the brain to release ACTH, which then releases cortisol to help the body cope. Which hormone is often called the cuddle hormone or love hormone? Oxytocin. Oxytocin plays a role in social bonding, childbirth, and trust. The hormone TSH stands for thyroid-stimulating hormone. TSH tells the thyroid gland to produce its own hormones for metabolism. When is growth hormone mostly released? During deep sleep. Most GH is secreted in pulses while we are in deep, restorative sleep. Which of these is not a function of the pituitary gland? Managing blood sugar directly. The pancreas manages blood sugar, the pituitary manages other hormones. Which hormone causes the uterus to contract during labor? Oxytocin. It is essential for the process of childbirth and nursing. Which hormone helps regulate the circadian rhythm, sleep-wake cycle? Melatonin, via the pineal, but influenced by pituitary signals. While the pineal gland makes it, the pituitary hypothalamus axis coordinates the timing. What happens if the pituitary produces too much GH in adults? Acromegaly. Since bones can't grow longer in adults, they grow thicker, especially in the face, hands, and feet. Luteinizing hormone LH and FSH are important for reproduction. These gonadotropins are essential for the function of ovaries and testes. Which hormone helps mothers produce milk? Prolactin. Prolactin stimulates the mammary glands to produce milk after childbirth. Which part of the brain controls the pituitary gland? The hypothalamus. The hypothalamus sends signals to the pituitary to tell it when to release hormones. Which hormone produced here is responsible for physical height? Growth hormone GH. Growth hormone stimulates the growth of essentially all tissues of the body, including bone. Where is the pituitary gland located? At the base of the brain. It sits in a tiny bony hollow called the sella turcica, right behind the bridge of the nose. How big is a healthy pituitary gland? The size of a pea. Despite its massive importance, it is only about the size of a pea. A lack of growth hormone during childhood can cause pituitary dwarfism. Insufficient GH leads to a slow growth rate and short stature. The hormone vasopressin ADH helps prevent dehydration. By telling the kidneys to soak back water, it keeps the body hydrated. FSH stands for follicle-stimulating hormone. It helps regulate the development and growth of reproductive cells. The pituitary gland is divided into how many main lobes? 2. It consists of the anterior, front, lobe and the posterior, back, lobe. Too much growth hormone during childhood leads to gigantism. Excessive GH before the growth plates close results in extreme height. Which hormone controls the body's water balance? Antidiuretic hormone ADH. Also known as vasopressin, it tells your kidneys how much water to conserve. Which lobe of the pituitary stores and releases hormones made by the hypothalamus? Posterior lobe. The posterior lobe doesn't make its own hormones, it acts as a storage and release site. Endorphins, which act as natural painkillers, are produced by the pituitary lobe. The anterior pituitary produces endorphins to help mask pain and improve mood. MSH, melanocyte-stimulating hormone, affects skin pigmentation. MSH helps control the production of melanin in the skin. The pituitary gland is part of which body system? Endocrine system. The endocrine system consists of glands that secrete hormones. Hormones from the pituitary travel to their targets via the bloodstream. As part of the endocrine system, its chemical messengers use the blood highway. What is the common nickname for the pituitary gland? The master gland. It is called this because it controls many other endocrine glands in the body. How many different hormones does the pituitary gland produce/release in total? About 9. It manages around 9 key hormones that run the body's major functions.